What's going on, guys? Doomwick here, and welcome back to another video on the channel. This is going to be some standard, as we just had the World Championships that took place this past weekend, and I wanted to showcase some of the interesting decks from that event. Not just from the top 8, but also a couple of other ones that maybe just quite didn't make the cut. And today, we are going to be starting with the top 8, and the first deck I have for you guys here is Quinn Tonole's Mono Red Aggro deck. Now, for people who have been playing Standard, you might be familiar with kind of this more Gruul Prowess version that plays green for stuff like Innkeeper's Talent, some sideboard cards. Innkeeper's, right. So, yeah, green for Innkeeper's Talent, sideboard cards like Paw Patch Formation, Snakeskin Veil, things like that. But Quinn said, you know what, I don't need any of those fancy green cards. Just give me the red cards and throw them in the deck. And notably, they're basically all 4-ofs here. So the cards that you would sort of associate with red probably the most would be like Heartfire Hero, very powerful if you can target it with things. There's a lot of ways to target it, and it's not just spells, it's spells or abilities. Monastery Swiftspear, just, timeless red card. And then ways to target the Heartfire Hero include the very powerful Monstrous Rage. Probably doesn't need a ton of explanation here, but give your creature +2/+0, you make a monster roll which gives it trample and +1/+1. Emberheart Challenger, not a thing that can target the hero, but another thing that you want to target with things like Monstrous Rage. And most notably, 4 copies of Manifold Mouse. And I like this a lot because it's something you can cast on turn 2 after a hero on turn 1, where you just go to combat, target your mouse, give it double strike. It's now a 2/2 with double strike, hit them for 4. And then on later turns, if you get to 4 mana, you can just offspring this to make an additional copy, and then you can target 2 things. Or you can give one thing double strike and trample. Manifold Mouse double strike also very powerful with Monstrous Rage because Monstrous Rage gives trample. Now, if you're looking at this deck list, you might notice one very, very big omission, which is Slickshot Show-Off. This card is in essentially every single red deck, and Quinn, I can't speak today, decided not to play Slickshot Show-Off. Now, why is that, you might ask? Well, the spell count's a little bit lower, right? You only have the 4 shocks, the 4 lightning strikes, the 4 rages, and then 3 Witchstalker Frenzies, whereas some of the Prowess decks maybe play like 20 to 24 spells in that range. And Quinn wanted to make room to play 4 main deck Screaming Nemesis. And I think the reason for this is because this card is fantastic in red mirrors. You think about it, if your opponent only has damage-based removal, every time they go to kill this, you're either going to deal them 3 damage or deal 3 damage to one of their creatures. So if they point a lightning strike at it, you're just getting a 2-for-1. If they trade forward in combat, you're also getting a 2-for-1 because you're trading for the creature, and then you can kill another creature as well. So it's really, really difficult to play this card against an opposing Prowess deck and not be out ahead in the exchange. The other really cool thing about Screaming Nemesis is Witchstalker Frenzy deals 5 damage to target creature. So you can attack with a whole bunch of stuff. Maybe they don't want to block the Nemesis because they're at a low life total anyways. And then in your second main phase, you can just cast the Witchstalker's Frenzy, deal 5 to the Nemesis, and that's just a way to dome them for 5, which is kind of cool. The mana base is very simple. The only thing that is worth noting here is Rockface Village, which is another way to target stuff like Emberheart Challenger and Heartfire Hero. The sideboard is also very, very straightforward. Lithomantic Barrage, good against the blue-white Oculus deck. Torch the Tower for the Prowess Mirrors. Obliterating Bolt, just an additional removal spell for those Prowess Mirrors. Twisted Fealty, very good against people who are casting Archfiend of the Dross, which there are quite a few of those people. 4 Urabrask's Forge for any of those mid-range decks, and then an additional Witchstalker Frenzy down here for stuff like Shieldred, and just, another removal spell in the mirror match. So yeah, that is pretty much it for Quinn Tonole's deck. Again, we're going to be covering a few more of the top 8 decks from World, so if you're interested in that sort of thing, like the channel, please subscribe to the channel. It does really help out the content. And with all of that said, I will see you guys back here in just a little bit for round number 1. See, we don't have to play Shock anymore. Once we get Foundations, we have strictly better Shock. Normally, I don't like to use the term strictly better, but this is one of the rare instances that I think it is appropriate, Say the line? What line? What line am I saying? The Strictly Better Shock. Burst Lightning. They're reprinting Burst Lightning. And it's been confirmed. Not like fake Burst Lightning, actual factual Burst Lightning. I mean, I don't know if I'm a big fan of continuing to buff the red decks, but I do think Burst Lightning is a cool card. Would you hold the mouse here? I think we do this. Just gonna deal them as much damage as possible. I'm not listening to this song. I'm not doing it. We will listen to the Duck song, though. Dallas Cowboys, no? We're not listening to that last song. It's not happening. 10, 3, block there, 5, 3, 4, 5. 2. Oh, we just go... No, that's not lethal, is it? Cast this for 2 mana, haste, double strike, send everything. No. Okay, so let's just go here then. Let's go here, send everything. What streaming OBS do I use? I use Streamlabs OBS. Oh, it is lethal. Right, I'm stupid. It is lethal. I'm dumb. Yeah, Stokey, I use Streamlabs OBS. All right, Golgari Midrange. And by Golgari Midrange, I mean Golgari Demons. Golgari Demons. I assume I want Forge, right? Forge has to be good against them. Barrage bad, Torch bad. Bolt could be okay because it kills Glissa. So like Bolt, Threaten, and Forge, and then maybe Frenzy. Will you be upset if I request the Duck Song again? No, but I'll just refund your points. So don't waste your time. We get 1 Duck Song per stream, okay? We get exactly 1 Duck Song per stream. That's all you get. That's as much as I'm gonna give you. This card's bad against Golgari, right? I think it is. Like, it's probably just worse than Forge, I would guess. And I don't want this many 3s. Right? I think Homie cuts Shocks and Rage versus Marcio. Yeah, maybe cutting Rage makes sense, especially post-board where they're going to bring in a shit ton of removal. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, I already cut the Shocks. It's just a question of do you want to cut the Rages or the Nemesis? The Nemesis. Yeah, and Nemesis also makes sense because if they're going to have a lot of sweepers post-board, then you want to have a higher density of haste creatures for, like, the turn after they sweep you. It does make sense. Waddle, waddle, waddle. Any waddlers? Anybody in chat just waddling away? Shockingly, didn't lose any viewers for that song. I'm actually a little surprised. See, this is the problem with keeping a Nemesis. I don't know which one of these I should play first. This is more damage up front, and it is... It's more damage up front, and it is better next turn if they play Demon, right? And they're very likely to play a Demon next turn. You guys think Forge first? I think it's close. I think it's closer than you guys think it is. I'm gonna play Forge, but I don't actually know that that plays right. The Forge is just so slow, you know? Leaving chatters, Duck Song is the highlight of the stream. That is a good point, you know. I'm not a very entertaining person, so the only time that you get enjoyment out of the stream is when we play the Duck Song. So, I mean, that tracks, you know. That's your play? Homie said, hold my beer. I'm gonna plot my pillage the bog. All right. Well, in that case, I'm gonna do this then. It's not lethal, but 8, 2, 4. They go to 2. And now, even if they go land sweeper, they're just dead because they have this in play. So they have to play a demon, but if they play a demon, they just lose to this. So they just have no outs here, right? This is my first match, Dustin, but I mean, you know, we kind of cloud that opponent. I like this deck. I mean, I watched Quinn play it a couple of times and it looked pretty good. I hope, part of me hopes that it's not good because I don't want to have to buy Screaming Nemesis. Because for some reason that card's a mythic rare and it's way too expensive. I don't want to buy that card. Yeah, what I like about this deck is I think Quinn like perfectly crafted the main deck to be good against as good as you possibly can against the mid-range decks and very good in the red mirrors because this card just solos the red mirrors. Chat, are we cowards? Do we have any cowards in the stream today? Any cowards? Fine. I mean, this hand is better. Ooh. All right. What happens in the mirror match? I'm sure this mirror match gets kind of weird, right? I'm gonna do that. Yeah, so the reason Nemesis is best possible in the mirror match is because you're always getting 2 cards out of it. If they lightning strike it, you kill their creature, and then if they trade for it, you kill another creature. Like it's always a 2-for-1. You know? They can't ever kill it and come out ahead of the exchange, which is why it's so messed up, you know? Christmas 666, thank you for the 2-month resub. Welcome back, Christmas. Why does this song go so hard? Dig it. The people on YouTube don't get to hear the full extent of how good Kesha is, but you know, I'm ahead. Missing the land drop kind of hurt. I agree with you, I'm ahead, but missing that one land drop was tough. I did, but I'm not going to acknowledge it. I'm at 9? This ridgeline is kind of scary as fuck, right? Was it attempting to manifold there? Nah, I have to kill that mouse before they untap. Because what happens if I let them untap and they have rage? Like, I can't win if they have rage there, right? I think I have to go mouse, double strike the hero, and just take a big hit. Like, I'm going to take a shitload of damage next turn. But I just don't know how I win if I don't do this, right? Like, go to 15. I can win if I draw a rage. Yeah, they do need a second untapped green source, which they probably maybe don't have a ton of. What if you just pass and block? You mean chump block? Why would I chump block? That can't be a winning line, right? You just want to say go and chump block with the hero. I can't pump the hero, right? I could like Rockface Village to pump the hero, or I mean, I guess in that case I could just go Manifold Mouse, pump the hero, pass, right? Maybe. But if they have any spell, then that line still gets punked, right? Seven damage. How do I win? I mean, I guess I can only win if I draw Rage, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. It's not even enough, man. Still not even enough if I draw Rage. Yeah, I can't imagine I can win without Manifold Mouse. So I'll just take this. I don't know how I win this game, though. Certainly not that. I mean, I guess we just go double strike hero, attack, play challenger, have 2 blockers, right? Is there any other way out of this? I don't think so. I could, like... I guess I could Manifold Mouse onto the challenger, give this double strike, hit a land, attack for 4, play land, play claw, maybe? Is that better? Just try to hit a land for the claw? Yeah, you know what? That probably is better, right? No, I like this. Now, do we attack? York 10. 8. I have to, right? And then this can trade here. This can jump the ridgeline. I just don't know how I win this game without attacking, right? Like, I don't know what the plan is. I'm sure I'm dead, but, you know, what am I supposed to do? I basically can't beat any spell. But that was going to be the case no matter what line I took. Like, I could just never beat a spell here, right? I think I've liked Kai's deck the best so far. How did you get song request scammed? If you want to request another song that is reasonable, I'll honor it, but the one that you requested was not reasonable. Well, hello there. It's about fucking time I draw Monstrous Rage. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there anything I can hit that makes me want to cast it like pre-combat? I could also just go Hired Claw, pass, and then try to use the Rage on defense. The Rockface fucks us. They can't Rockface the Swiftspear, right? Yeah, I could hit exactly Swiftspear, but like, I would just want to play the Swiftspear on defense, right? The problem is, if I attack, I'm just dead on board, right? Yeah, I think I have to pass. I don't really know how I win this game, but I think it involves passing. Yeah, I guess that's true. If they don't block, then they can't animate the ridgeline. I didn't think about that. I had not thought about that. Rage could have hit Rage. Well, I can't double Rage because I have Village Mountain. So even if I hit a second Rage, I can't cast it. Because this can't cast Rage. Here. Oh, did they just draw Rage? I think they drew Rage, which means we are deceased. Did they fuck up? I think I'm alive? No, I die exactly. Alright. Tough game. I think if I just, like, didn't miss the third land drop to cast the Nemesis on time, we would have been totally fine that game. But that game was lost when I missed the third land drop, I think. These are good. What is the worst card of the mirror? I think maybe it's Rage? Hero, Claw, Swiftspear, Shock, Torch, Bolt, Mouse, Strike. Like, I mean, I can just play... I think I have a lot more removal than they do, which means that I think that I have the capability of playing a longer game than they do. You know, I almost want to board in Forges because of that. And just be a bigger red deck, you know? Like, if you're not cutting Rage, what else are you cutting in this matchup? Yeah, maybe the Bolt's bad. I could buy that. At least Strike is an instant. I think you do cut the Rages. Maybe I have enough cheap removal that I don't need Frenzy. I could buy that. We could just cut the fourth Frenzy. I'm gonna try this. Basically just like same sideboard, but swap Rage for Torch. I think Torch is better than Rage. And again, I think we really are a big favorite of this matchup just because of Nemesis. Assuming I can actually fucking cast it. His hand's not fantastic, but it's good if they don't have a removal spell and one for the hero. Because we have the village. Yeah, it's possible I win that game if I don't attack with the Heartfire Hero that one turn. Although I don't know, like, I thought there was a chance that I wasn't going to trade it off. Like, I could just pump it the next couple of turns. And the fact that I ended up having to trade it off did kind of suck, right? I think this is better than pumping my own. Just because, again, we have the Nemesis. I think in theory you are supposed to be favored against them because of Nemesis, but... because it's just so hard for them to trade for Nemesis profitably. So I think that is, like, the key to this matchup. I mean, I guess here, if they just Lightning Strike it, they only have to take 3, right? It's not like I'm killing anything else with it. Okay. Here, attack. It's not appear they have a priority window, so I'm going to do this. This is just arena things, man. It's a different game, okay? I don't know what to tell you. It's a different game. Wish we had sideboard Koth. Would you bring in Koth in this matchup? Maybe you would. Manifold Mouse. Okay. See if we can find a 1-drop, maybe. Are you down to trade Challenger for both mouses? Both mice? They have 2 cards in hand. I don't think that's a terrible trade for me. I think it's fine. I think that trade's good for me, right? Wild Man 101. Thank you for the raid of 69. That is a nice number to raid with. Welcome, Raiders. We are playing some World Championship decks from the weekend. Playing some Mono Red Smork. Hope you had a good stream, Wild Man. Welcome, welcome. Slick Shot, show off. I've been shocked. Yeah, see, that's the thing. They just never want to block the Nemesis. I mean, eventually they're going to have to, or they're going to die to it, but... Yes, Llanowar Elf is in Foundations. Assuming that's the elf you're talking about. Elvish Archdruid also in Foundations. Not enough people are talking about that. Elvish Archdruid in Standard. It's kind of cool. I believe that is Sleeple, right? Yeah, that's a good point too, Tenacious. Witchstalker Frenzy being able to target your own Nemesis, where you can just go attack with Nemesis, and then after damage, after damage, you can still cast the Frenzy. So that is kind of a cool aspect too. I mean, turn 1 Llanowar Elf, turn 2 Elvish Archdruid is a lot of mana. I don't know what other elves there are past that. We could do a quick Scryfall search. All right, let's see. Let's see how many elves are in Standard. Legal, Standard, Type, Elf. There are 54 elves in Standard. Is that one legal? Oh, Leaf-Crowned Visionary. Okay. Yeah, Leaf-Crowned Visionary. You have, the 1-drops outside of Llanowar is pretty bad. You have Sentinel Stalwart, Hedge Whisperer, Fauna Shaman's an elf. I mean, Fauna Shaman's not bad. Yavimaya Iconoclast. Glissa's an elf. Gwenna. Tybard the Pummeler. There's some pretty good elves. There might be something there. There are some pretty good elves. No. No. I mean, it's gonna have to be good enough, right? So this is how Quinn lost. I see now. All right, Nemesis, you're going to have to do a lot of work here, buddy. Do I just have to hope they don't have 2 spells? Because if I don't cast my removal spell now, they're going to have a 2/3. I think I just have to hope they don't have 2 spells. Because if they do, I lose. Surely, right? Yeah, I mean, not much you can do against this on a multi-5. Even if I didn't multi-5. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But, like, what am I supposed to do, right? You know? Could have held back, maybe. Multi-5. I mean, like I said, under normal circumstances, I do really think that Nemesis can't kind of just solos this deck, but when you mull to 5 and they have the Stone Cold Nuts, then it's a little tougher. Oh, that's a good point. Holding back was bad because I couldn't deal, if they leveled, then I couldn't hit the Swiftspear, you know what I mean? All right, you win. You win this one, Tigerhawk. You win this one. Like, my options are hope they don't have 2 spells, or cast the 2 shocks and, you know. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out of options at that point. I have no idea if this matchup is good or bad for us. I guess we're going to find out. This deck loses percentage points with matching lands, though. That is true. I did say, I did tell you, and that offer is still on the table. Just this one. 10 gifted and I'll mismatch my lands. Offer still on the table, I'm saying. What does that do? Whenever you attack, attacking creatures you plus simple until the turn. Oh. I mean, I'll trade. I mean, this is doable, right? Their hand doesn't seem particularly great. 12, they go to 7. Hold. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they didn't block, but maybe that's just because they had this and not a lot of other creatures. Did not know they played Sheltered. Top 2 cards, you may play them until your next turn. Okay. This makes things a little bit tougher. I mean, I guess I just have to do it now, right? Because I get the Prowess trigger. I was going to say they could have, like, Shard Mage's Rescue, but I don't think that the Convoke decks usually play Rescue. Okay, that kind of makes sense, too. All right, some Bill Murray in the queue. I'm in. Painter Studio. Bro's a regular Bob Ross over here. It's going to make things kind of difficult. Yeah, so... right. Okay. Well, in that case, land number 7, not going to do it. We have no sweepers in the board either. It's gonna be tough. I mean, all my sideboard cards kind of suck against them, right? Note to self: if you expect to play against Boros Convoke, what's the in the festivities that's still legal? The one from LCI, whatever that card is. What's up, Dantech? It's okay. I don't know. I just think that these decks are, like, maybe not the best position right now. Basically, like, the trade-off between playing mono red in Gruul is you're giving up a lot of power, but you're getting a lot of consistency in the form of just having, like, a better mana base. But the green cards are really good, right? Yeah, Tectonic Hazard is the one that I was thinking of. Okay, this hand's good. This hand plays... No, I think if I was going to play one, it would be Tectonic Hazard. Monastery Swiftspear. Get in there. Ooh, that's something. That is something. Yeah, that is true. But I almost wonder if you could, like... if you could play a version of Gruul that's basically, like, essentially just mono red splashing questing druid. That's kind of what I want to do. Yo, what's up, Benny? I mean, I thought it was a good metagame call on paper, but we've been getting destroyed so far. Only 2 matches in, you know? Like, sure, things can look good on paper, but when you actually play the games, like, that maybe that does not materialize. Like, what are you saying, Otter House? You just... what is your point? I don't know what you're getting at. You're just being weird. Combat. That's just classic Otter House. Upstairs. Yeah, Questing Druid is nice. Yeah, maybe. Because that's like the only thing they could possibly have at this point. It's probably Sheltered. Or they just die. Or they just die. Yeah, that's the thing, is like if you expect a lot of Gruul decks, you expect a lot of Gruul prowess and things like that. I do think that Nemesis is a good place to be. Like I specifically like the change of Nemesis over Slickshot, but I don't know. Questing Druid is a hell of a Magic card. Like it would be tough for me to not register that card. That card is sicko. He did. Until the top 8, of course. I think the new Kaido sucks. This also doesn't help, by the way. No, I think I have to do it like this. I think about this. I think it might be this first. Yeah, let's do that first. Yeah, I mean, assuming you're talking about the one that is in Foundations, not the one that's in Duskmourn. Why do we have a new Kaido already, by the way? Like, we just had a new Kaido in Duskmourn. Why are they already giving us another one? Okay, well, we found the bad matchup. We have located the bad matchup, folks. I regret to inform you that we found the bad matchup. All right, no more Convoke, please. Blood is in the sewer. This one is mono blue. Yeah. Can I have a playable opening hand, please? Just one playable opening hand? I mean, it's good enough, I guess. I think I have to put a land back. I did see the Burst Landing is getting reprinted, yeah. Okay, more mirrors. So many red mirrors today. I'm sorry, what? What? Stare. You're a noob getting into MTG. Is there a deck other than red I can do for big creatures attack style playstyle? Yeah, there's some ramp decks. I would look at Seth Manfield's deck from the top 8 of Worlds is a pretty good one. There's also this kind of like red-green... there's like this red-green it's called Red-Green Smuggler's Surprise, which has like, you know, bunch of ramp spells, bunch of overlords. That one's pretty good for like large creatures too. Yeah, true. I guess Seth's is more of a control deck, but it is playing ramp spells and overlords and stuff. It is big spells, but yeah, you're probably into the surprise deck. That's true. Zombify is kind of huge. I wonder if there's like going to be Zombify, like black-white Zombify Right of the Moth decks. It sounds kind of interesting, doesn't it? Okay, we're behind on life, but we do have the best card in the mirror in play. We have secured the Nemesis. Nemesis secured. Yeah, I think it is too, because it doesn't have the what you call it? The finality counter clause. Okay, it's math time. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I only have 12, right? Unfortunately, 12 is not 14. So how do I not die? I don't fucking know. Like, did we just have to not attack here? I mean, if I'm shocking, I think I have to shock now. Because I don't want to let them untap and get a Prowess trigger. But I guess maybe I'd rather have the Prowess on the Swiftspear on defense. So I guess we just go mouse pass. Yeah, maybe it was better to shock on my turn and then strike on their turn. Maybe that line was better. True. True. If we have to, like, trade the Nemesis off. That is a good point. Like, I kind of want the Prowess trigger on their turn because that makes it so my Nemesis is a little bit better. I could buy that. I mean, I think this is good for me. So we just untap, right? I think. I think we untap and try to draw land. Okay, let's assume I just attack with everything, right? I can go mouse, give it double strike. Then rage the mouse, which is 4, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 17. They can chump block the Nemesis. That's still not enough. They have to block with 2. I think we just send, right? I think we just full send. Because they have to do a lot of blocking here, I think, to not die. Or they could just not block at all. That works too. I mean, I respect it. Maybe they just figured that, like, no matter what happened, they just couldn't get out of that combat phase alive. Shadow. Well, see, the thing you have to realize, 26 islands or 26 lands, is that creatures that have shadow can block other creatures that have shadow. So, like, if their creatures have shadow and my creatures have shadow, then they are allowed to block. And I think blocking, in that regard, blocking is a huge part of the red mirror. So, you know, we do still have shadow. Don't forget about that. Okay, what did we do in the red mirror the last time? We cut Reges. I think we just cut Reges for torches, right? And then I think we did something for the bolt and the bolt and the frenzy. Let's just do rages for shocks. Let's not bring in the Bolt of the Frenzy. At what point do you, like, just even go bigger and cut, like, Hired Claw for Forge? And then in the post-board game, like, just plan to kill all of their creatures and play a Forge? Is that even a good plan? Nah, I can't imagine they'd ever bring Shadow back. I don't know if that's a good plan. Bro's hiring his claw. The claw has been hired. You're hired. Okay, another challenger. I will declare no blocks. I ain't afraid. I mean, I want it. You ever just deploy the Nemesis and then attack with just the claws and not leave this back? The special guests in Foundations are not standard legal. I know that's not confusing at all, but I think it's Nemesis, leave back the Nemesis. That's where I'm at. My claws don't block that well, but this one sure does. This card is very good at blocking. No. Jumpstart cards are not standard legal. I know. You know what? You know what we should do? We should make all of the Universes Beyond product standard legal, just so there's a lot less confusion when it comes to set legality, you know? Oh, they had the Rage. It didn't seem like they had a window. Okay, well. Come on, dude. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I was going. What was I saying? I was saying that, yeah, let's make all of the Universes Beyond products standard legal, so there's less confusion on what cards are legal and standard and what's not. Oh, by the way, there's also 3 different versions of Foundations, and 2 of the 3 versions are not legal and standard. So, you know, you figure it out. But they're trying to make it less confusing, guys. Don't forget. Less confusing. Yeah, a modern and a legacy Foundations. All right, please give me a land. Yeah, see, you and I too. You and I, Ligma. I was also baited by the Jumpstart Bob. There's like the shitty thing is this has been my experience for the past couple of days looking at spoilers. Is like I go to the spoiler page, I see a really sick spoiler, and I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to play with that card in standard. And then I look at the set code, and lo and behold, it's obviously a Foundation, or it's obviously a Jumpstart product. Like, every single time. Monastery Swiftspear. A little surprised they kept in Rage. Maybe I'm not supposed to board it out. Like, now what do we do? They have 3 cards in hand. 3, 6. You know what? Honestly, I kind of want to just go Nemesis pass. Just no attacks. Good luck. You figure it out. Although, maybe this gets dicey if they have their own Nemesis. Because I don't really want to trade for theirs. Well, the issue is, like, I'm not guaranteed to be able to Frenzy this turn unless they have another Haster, which they do have. It's good for me. There's no way they're attacking, right? I was gonna say. Okay. Interesting. They have one card in hand. 3, 6. If they don't block, they're dead, right? You love to see it. God, you absolutely love to see it. It's so good. See ya. You don't need an end of combat step. Savagely outplayed. Brutal, savage, wrecked. I mean, dealing 5 to your God, that is Witchstalker Frenzy, your own nemesis is just Splinter's Win. Like that combo is so sick. I mean, that's why Nemesis is good, right? It almost kind of wants you. It almost kind of it makes you wonder: should you just be playing 4 Frenzy? You know. Now 2 in the opening hand is not ideal, but I don't think the combat damage change is going to matter that much. I think it's really only going to come up in a limited setting for the most part. I mean, I never really thought about the 2 cards together like that, but like, you know, I kind of understood that it was a possibility. I don't think I'm supposed to wait for the mouse here. The hand's not great, though. You need to find, like, a nemesis. Gain life? Life gain is cheap. This is unfair. Completely unfair. Double strike. I guess we're doing this. Do not think I am winning this game, though. Yeah, Nemesis does stop life gain. Which is something. It's not good. Need a really good one here. It's not a really good one. Confirmed, not a good one. Because mouse can't do that. It only gives double strike to mice. The Swiftspear is not a mouse. My Monastery Swiftspear is not moist. Well, that's good news for me. Okay, so any burn spell kills them. Any burn spell, any Monstrous Rage. Okay. Go to 3. Hold. Hold. Wait, why does Dwayne not work anymore? Is Dwayne dead? Oh, come on with the life gain. Oh, come on. I can't. Chat, why is Dwayne not moving? No, please don't tell me Dwayne's dead. Where were you last turn, you son of a bitch? I could have put them to 1. Was that worth it? Was that worth putting him to 1? I don't know. Maybe it was. Probably not, right? Bro, stop casting that shit. This plays better with the Angel. Yeah, because then if they target both, we can pump. I assume we can't beat Angel anyways, though. We can win if we draw another Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike. Yeah, they are at 6, and they did cycle 2 herd migrations this game. Makes you wonder. Didge. Didge. That attack was greedy? No, because they were getting the Overlord back. Alright, Twisted Fealty. Do I want Forge against them? Shock can probably go... I don't know, Lightning Strikes, right? This might be a Forge kind of matchup. Frenzy doesn't sound appealing, but Frenzy does kill the Overlords, which is nice, right? Maybe we do something like this. And we do 2 Frenzy, 3 Strike. How about that? I think that makes sense. Yeah, they probably have a lot more sweepers post board too. That makes sense. I'll buy that. Yeah, I agree that it's like maybe not fast enough, but we are on the play. All right, I was a coward last time. Not going to be a coward this time. Fool me once. Shame on me. It's not going to happen. I am simply not a coward. There are 2 lands on top of my library, and this is going to be the easiest game of my life. I meant to say 2 lands after the Swiftspear. I should have specified. I misspoke. That was my bad. Okay, I misspoke again. I meant to say after the Swiftspear and the Monstrous Rage. Bro, I can't play around shit. I have 1 land. I can't play around anything. Why am I, like, thinking about playing around spells? I have 1 land, like... Yeah, I mean, eventually they'll be on top, you know? That's just facts. They don't have Pyroclasm. They don't have Pyroclasm. Bro, come on, man. Why you gotta be like this? Alright. Now I think I can hold. Your turn. They probably have Binding. You know what I could have done there? I could have frenzied my own mouse to deal them 2 damage. Was that worth it? Might have been. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Can't quite save it. Jesus Christ. They have 5 in hand. A hold, I guess. A hold. Go to 7. It's doable. It's doable. I will simply just win this game on 1 land. They said it could not ever be done. They were wrong. They were wrong. All right. Sunfall. 07s. All right. Okay. Late to the party, but I'll accept. Is it just Manifold Mouse? This Forge looks fantastic here, by the way. Double strike. Avatar. Yeah. I quit. I fold. I fold. I fold. I yield. Turns out, maybe this mono red deck is not quite as good as I thought it was. Willing to believe that. Sounds nice. Oh yeah, I saw Lemmy. I saw Pioneer Masters on Arena. It's really unfortunate timing. Like, you would think that, if you were going to bring Pioneer Masters to Arena, which is a client that more people can test and, practice for their upcoming tournaments, you would think that it would be a good idea to then have tournaments where people could potentially play in the games where they practice for Pioneer. But unfortunately, that is not the case. I mean, I've just played so many mirrors today. Every single person is playing this deck. It is absurd. I probably should play Nemesis here, but I think this double spell turret is just too good to pass up. Like, that's too good to pass up, right? It's a lot of mice. That is a lot of mice. We're at 11. Can I kill them? Can I kill them? If I go attack with 3, kill both of their blockers, that would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They would go to 3. If I let them block, they probably block the Heartfire Hero. And then it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They would go to 1, but then the hero would die. Could also just play Nemesis. You know what I kind of like doing? Is this. And then leave the Nemesis back. Is that a weird play? It's kind of weird. But I don't hate it. So they're going to chump there. And then it's time for the Nemesis. I think I'm down with this. We go to 13, cast this bad boy. This may be a stupid question, but would it be good for this red deck to main deck Blood Moon and best of 3? But you're playing standard. Blood Moon is not legal in standard. It's only legal in Timeless. Wait, they're selling the bit. They're playing the Mismatched Mountains. They know. They know. But would it be? Oh, you're saying if it was legal, would it be good? I mean, probably, yeah. They're at 10. Take this. Oh, it's good, Animator. No worries, no worries. I know, it's a little confusing where sometimes, and I don't blame you for this, it's not always clear what is legal and what isn't. That's not your fault at all. Like, I totally understand that. Upstairs. God, this Frenzy on Nemesis play is so sick. I could have even killed it before damage to deal them more, but this is better for BM purposes, so. Man, I guess the games where you draw Frenzy plus Nemesis is pretty good. Otherwise, like, I don't know. Okay, so what I've been doing in the mirror before is cutting rages for torches. I'm going to try keeping the rages in this time and cutting the claws instead. Because I think that might be a better idea. I could trim, like, 1 rage for the 4th Frenzy. I think I'm going to try that. 15 Gs? As in 15 grand? Wait, Brave Harry, you're donating me $15,000? What a nice guy. Brave Harry, thank you for the 15-year resub. Welcome back, Brave Harry. Can we get some deck yes? There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Does Mono Red want to play Hitotsugu's second red with Foundations? Look, I don't care if it's correct, and I'm 100% willing to be wrong. But I guarantee you, you can quote me on this. Every single time that I play a red deck, and it doesn't matter if it's on Arena, if it's in paper, every single time that I play a red deck, I am going to have one copy of Hitotsugu's second right in my sideboard, and you can't stop me. You just can't stop me. It's gonna happen, whether you like it or not. Why in the sideboard? Because you gotta bring it in the post-board games, What's a must card you think they should add in Pioneer Masters in December? Well, Pioneer Masters is not. I think Pioneer Masters is not what you think it is. It is specifically cards that are already legal in Pioneer that are not on Arena. That's it. There's nothing else within the set, That's all it is. It's not like cards that are going to be new to Pioneer. It's just specifically for Arena only. Which, there's the obvious ones. Chain of the Rocks, Bring to Light, Hidden Strings. Those are kind of the obvious ones, but... That spell goes straight into Lizards, to be honest. You think so? What, Hitotsugu's second right? Maybe. I'm going to put it in all my red decks. I don't care if it's right or wrong, but... I'm at 12? I'm going to hope they play another haste creature. Song request from Brave Hattie. I hate how I have to, hold control just to pretend like I have a spell. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Alright, bump. Ooh, that's a nice one. Am I supposed to attack with the Challenger? That's the big question. Obviously, I'm leaving back the Nemesis. I want the Challenger in play, right? I don't want to lose the Challenger, so I don't really want to block with it, which means I think I probably should attack with it. Yeah, like this. We do have Splinter Twin. The problem is they're probably going to kill the Nemesis. Yeah, that's one ban I have not seen yet. I would love to see Taking Back Sunday live. Deft Jad. Welcome, Raiders. Thank you for the raid. Hope you had a good stream, Deft Jad. We are playing some standard mono red today. Welcome, Raiders. We're playing against a lot of mirror matches, I will say that. A lot of mirror matches today. This seems to be the deck du jour. I would say it is very good for our win rate that we're drawing Nemesis more often than our mono red opponents are. So that is nice. No, I take 6. Bucket, mid-ball. It's maybe not, maybe not the best idea to take 6. 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. All right, let's hit him with one of these. I think that's trade there. Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's too greedy to take. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Even if I do the combo, I still can't kill them, right? This is weird. I mean, honestly, I think I just go Swiftspear, Hero, pass, but I want to attack with the Challenger. Really? They're not going to trade with the mouse, are they? I'll take that trade. You kidding me? I think that trade's good for me. Yeah, I can't beat the mouse. And red, cast this. Red, cast this. And then we chill. If they attack with 2 things, we can use the Frenzy. Oh, they just have... Okay, they have Shock Strike. Sure. Alright, well, I guess that makes sense. Okay, game 3. It's been the play. You ever consider Forge on the play? Probably not, right? I do like cutting the claws. I don't think the claws are very good in this matchup. They don't even really attack that well either. And they're like, in order for them to attack, they have to like spend. You have to spend some mana. No, I don't really want to be doing that. I don't want to be spending my mana. I got plenty of things to do with my mana. Not put a counter on my creature. They did not deploy a creature. Well, fuck you. I'm not casting creature then. How about that? What do you think of that, Mega Pro 7? I'm just not going to cast spells. You're clearly not going to. Oh, they're playing Slick Shot. Was not prepared for that. Well, that's not good. Really needed to find a land there. Heartfire Haste, hold up Frenzy. Well, the thing is, if I go Heartfire Haste, send the team, I still don't have enough, right? Maybe it would have been closer. I have 6 in hand. He can't cast a spell. Oh, the village. Right. Okay. So we just go kill the Slick Shot, play Heartfire Hero, I think, and then pass. And then if they go to shock the hero, we can rage it. Yeah, that's true. I forgot it was village. Look, there are definitely some games where village is cracked, but if you're playing this many non-creature spells, it can be pretty awkward at times. Would love to find the land here. I mean, I guess that's fine too, because we can just go Manifold Mouse target, and then if they shock it, we just rage the mouse. Double strike. It doesn't beat shock. Yeah, it does. The rage gives you an aura. So if they go to shock the hero, then I just rage and it becomes a X3. Yeah, but the aura is what matters. The roll is all that matters. The roll gives +1/+1. Oh, true. They could have shocked in response to the heroic trigger. That is a good point. Yes. So I didn't think about that. Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, chat's right. They can respond to the heroic trigger or the valiant trigger. Rare circumstance. A rare chat W. It doesn't happen very often, but it does happen sometimes. It's my life. Not calling it heroic was an F. Well, it's different, right? Because it only triggers once per turn. Can you imagine how completely broken this card would be if it didn't trigger once per turn? Like, it's already busted, you know? If there was just no limit on how many turns you could trigger it. Like, what the hell? It'd be like the best one drop of all time. Yeah, that's true. Heroic was only spells, too. No, yeah, no, you're right. It was only spells. Yeah, it would just be the red Nadu. Literally 1984. Bro, you're going to cast that shock at some point. Monastery Swiftspear. Would you like to respond? May I go to combat? May I go to combat? Double strike. I think I'm just going to do this. Because if they shock the Swiftspear, they're dead on board. What could they even have for 1 red mana? Is there anything that kills the hero for 1 mana? Ooh, they could have Witchstalker Frenzy. I mean, I guess I just let this happen, right? This is an attack for 9. I'm not going to die next turn with their 1 Swiftspear at 15, right? Yeah, I think I'm still massively favored. Yeah, true. I could have not attacked with the Manifold Mouse to play around Frenzy. Did not think about that. In my head, I just wanted the extra damage, but it might have been right to not attack with the Manifold Mouse. Because that played around Frenzy. Yeah, I mean, they 100% have Rage, but, like, I'm just wondering if they have other things besides Rage. Alright, Mega Puros, what do you got for me? Mega Puros. I don't know why I rolled my R that way. Probably didn't need to roll the R. It's probably Lava Dart. Could be Lava Dart. Although if it's Lava Dart, I'm probably going to call a judge. Okay, well now they're just guaranteed dead, right? Because we can only attack with 2 things. I could play around Frenzy this turn. Sure. Double strike. Nice Monstrous Rage. Nice Witchstalker Frenzy. What if they had Reckless Rage? I could have sent the Swiftspear too, but I don't think it matters, right? Yeah, it's a Lava Dart of paper. What if it's Dismember? They would go to 1 if it's Dismember, but then I could top deck my own Lava Dart. Think about that. All right, so at the end of the day, what do we think about Quinn Tonole's mono red deck? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that name, by the way. Sorry, Quinn. I mean, I think that Quinn designed his red deck to be good against other red decks, which, yes and no. I mean, Nemesis is extremely good in the red mirrors, but, I mean, if you don't draw it, then, you know, whatever. Where you're kind of like giving up a little bit of power in the form of Questing Druid and Innkeeper's Talent to make room for Screaming Nemesis. You gotta cut something. I don't know. I mean, it's a clean list. I don't exactly know what I would want to change. I did really like the Frenzy plus Nemesis interaction. That was pretty cool. But I don't know. It's a red deck. It's a good red deck, but I feel like this is maybe not necessarily how I would want to build it. I think I prefer the Gruul decks, the ones that are not the leylined versions, the ones that who is it? Yoshihiko Ikawa, the one that he top 8'd with. In any case, that was Quinn's red deck. Thank you all for watching on YouTube. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, YouTube. YouTube.